The oldest interpretation of the name Moscow is probably the etymology proposed by the author of the concept. Moscow is the third Rome, by the Pskov monk Philotheus in the first third of the 16th century. He believed that Moscow was founded by the biblical character Mosoch, the grandson of Noah and the son of Japhet. At the end of the 17th century, this version was included by Kiev scribes in the synopsis, and to this day serves as a justification for the Ukrainian nationalists of the allegedly non-Slavic origin of the Muscovites. Leaving aside the biblical myths, some scholars believed that Moscow could have been founded by the Mosk people, recorded by ancient sources in the Caucasus, in the area of modern Abkhazia. However, there is no evidence that this tribe could have traveled so far north. It should be borne in mind that the original form of the word Moscow was Muscovy. This was not the name of the city, but the river. The city got its name directly from the river, in an unchanged form. Based on the fact that the form preceding Moscow could be, according to linguistic laws, Moscow, the pre-revolutionary philologist academician Alexei Sobolevsky associated it with the Proto-Iranian words Amma, strong, and Sak, hunter. He believed that the area of Moscow was once inhabited by Scythians. But science has not yet found evidence of Scythians or other Iranian-speaking tribes ever living in this area. And the proposed etymology clearly does not correspond to the calm flow of the Moscow River. Hypotheses that derive the name Moscow from the Finno-Ugric languages are still very popular. According to the general belief, the territory of Moscow before the arrival of the Slavs was inhabited by the Finnish-speaking tribe Maria. However, we do not know the language of Mary. All the proposed etymologies come from the languages of modern Finnish-speaking peoples living far from Moscow. An example is the explanation of the word Moscow by the Mari word, mask, meaning a bear. And the suffix va is attested in many rivers in the Finnish-speaking area. However, the Mari, mask, comes from the Old Russian, sword, which also meant a bear. This word came to the Mari people only in the 14th century. As for va, water, it is found in Komi and Veps, that is, peoples living far from Moscow. There are no rivers with such an ending in the former Marian area. To date, the concepts that explain the word Moscow from the Baltic or directly from the Slavic languages are the most recognized. Moscow stands as if on a par with such Baltic names as Pratva, Bolva, Vodva, etc. According to the distribution of river names, it can already be considered proven that the area of Moscow before the arrival of the Slavs was inhabited not by Finno-Ugric, but by East Baltic tribes. The root of the mosk, mask, is associated with humidity, the topicality of the surrounding area. It is curious that the Slavic etymology of this word also comes from the meaning of the ancient root mosk, indicating dampness, swampiness. By the way, it is still preserved in the Russian language in the word dank. In addition, the word Moscow has analogies in the vast expanses of the Slavic world, where the Balts and other foreign-speaking tribes did not live. Which version to give preference to, maybe future research will show.